Like, I was also very fascinated by one of those experiences. So, like, how was the experience for you coming to India? What all places you traveled? And like, how was the cultural shock, I might say? Because I think that was your first travel to India, right? In search of a guru, if I'm not wrong. So, like,
Yes.
yeah, how were the experiences? What were the cultural shocks? I was very interested in that as well.
So the first place I arrived at was Delhi, of course, and I could see the air, and it was horrible to be in that air. I'm sorry.
No, everyone
It
thinks
was
of Delhi about
August
it.
and very moist, and I could feel like the dust on my face, on my skin,
Mm.
sticking to it, and I did not like it.
That's very
But then we had a cab driver driving us to Rishikesh. Me and my mom, she came along, and she had a really big cultural shock. But for me, it was not so bad because I already went to Central America, and I knew like how it was in
mm.
a country like that a little bit. For me, it was not that bad. I really enjoyed the mess and the chaos in India, and the cows walking on the street and shitting everywhere and eating um, paper on the walls. I love that atmosphere in so many ways. Um, I mean, for compared to Europe, it's such a big difference, but I really like the aliveness of this place and the fresh food, and yeah,
Okay,
I fell in love
great.
right away.
Maybe we need some juicy details as well. Like, what all places you traveled? How was your encounter with the people? Like, the way of talking and those kind of things. More juicy details.
Yeah, there were many misunderstandings with Indians when I talked to them because we have a different approach on um, being on time, or when you meet. If you meet, then you have to remind them 3 times that you want to meet them,
Mm.
and or more than that, and you don't even meet people because you only said it one time, and it really confused me. Um, I f- I enjoyed spending time by the Ganga a lot
Mhm.
usually, and I guess all the time. I even sang a song to her, and I had a really nice time next to her.
Mm.
And I think the highlights of my India trip was going to Badrinath with the motorcycle
Mm. Okay.
without wearing a helmet, without wearing glasses, anything. My eyes were like that swollen when we came back after a 14-hour ride.
Mm.
But this experience of this place, it was something else.
Mm.
The mountains, and I often visualize myself back to this place and um, invite it in. So it's so beautiful there.
I think you're more. I think you love nature very deeply, right? I think nature is something that drives you, like the core of your being. What I was able to understand. That's very great. So, like, how do you usually spend a day, like, back in your home? So, like, is it all the time? Like, you have a cottage somewhere that you go and just, like, sit by all this. So, like, how does an ideal day look for you?
An ideal day, yes. I'm actually looking for a cottage at the moment to
Mm.
have some space for myself because I'm living with my mom and grandma at the moment, and
Mm.
thinking about looking for a cottage for the weekends.
Mm.
Um, but I already live very far away from the civilization, I would say, right in the middle of nature, and I have my mountains, I have my forests right next to me. I
Mm.
live next to a small river, and it's paradise. This is paradise for me.
Mm.
And my ideal day, I have to go out at least once, walk barefoot if it's possible now. When it's snowing, I don't like to walk barefoot anymore. But today, my plans are walking in sunshine and just sitting, meditating, closing my eyes, and enjoying the sun rays because it has become a little rare to see the sun, and
Mm.
its intensity came down. So every hour that I have with the sun, I'm using it.
Mm. Got it. Yeah, I
So
think. Yeah, please go on. Sorry,
I
sorry.
just wanted to add just a little bit. because I grew up in that space, and my mom always told me, don't sit in front of the TV, just go out and play. You need that fresh air after school. And I'm really thankful that she did, because that way I connected to nature in such a deep way. And I had sheep behind my house, and they became my best friends. I even wrote them letters when they died because I was so sad to lose a friend. And yeah, this is, I just have such a deep connection with nature from early on.
You totally live life like with intensity, I might say. That's very good. Like, coming to that experience in Delhi only. So, like, there's a joke here that we usually used to follow in, like, specifically in our colleges, that if we get Delhi even at a higher package, we'll not go there because of the pollution and all, right? We'll settle at someplace else. Definitely, because, like, coming from the hills, I also understand that connecting to nature is something that, like, really opens up your perspectives at so many fundamental and subtle levels that you cannot even fathom, right? I think that's a sudden, you can say, shift, or I might say fundamental shift in your core beliefs once you start connecting with nature. So yeah, Kai, also